What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. I'm going to do a video that I have not done before, which is kind of a macro video on the altcoin market and what I expect to happen and how I see the Bitcoin dominance chart as well. So let's just hop into it, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only, so do not blindly follow anything I say or do. And if you like the channel, hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notifications button to be notified of the videos that come out. And let's go ahead and share my screen and hop straight into it. So this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. It might be kind of funny that I'm applying Elliott wave to it. Quite frankly, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to play out exactly like this or not. But I believe that this is very similar, to what's going to happen. So Bitcoin dominance is basically a measure of, how strong Bitcoin is from a market cap standpoint to altcoins in their market cap. As Bitcoin dominance drops, altcoins typically pump, because altcoins are performing better than Bitcoin at that point in time. So Elliott wave, I think, can provide, a potential pathway just based on the fact that, it is still an emotionally driven data points that are charted on these things. And that's ultimately what Elliott wave is. So, whether it happens exactly like this and meets the normal fib levels or not, that's yet to be seen, but I think something like this is going to happen. So given the crypto economy and market versus equities and the macroeconomic situation that's going on, with the US dollar potentially being removed as the world currency, with all the different, there's really a war on currency going on. And, something's going to break. US dollar eventually is not going to be the world reserve anymore. And they're going to move to a different standard, whether it be, digital banking currencies, whether it be, something that China and Russia are trying to put together, or whether it be crypto. Not entirely sure, yet to be seen, but I believe regardless of what happens, crypto is going to play an important role, which is why there currently is a war on crypto brewing in the government. You've got Elizabeth Warren publicly announcing a war on crypto like it's a war on drugs. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think she's going to end up eating crow because of it and potentially not, winning her election. But that's, besides the point. I'm not trying to get into a political debate here. Just trying to point out that, back when I got into crypto back in 2013, this is exactly what us Bitcoiners were, hoping for and why we got into it. Back then it was a very small market cap. Bitcoin, when I bought the top in 2013, I paid $1,100 and I averaged in all the way down to $200, and we talked about things that were going to happen and how it was going to unfold with institutions coming in, with Wall Street coming in, and all that stuff happened. All that stuff is happening. Wall Street really got involved in 2017. The big hedge funds and that sort of thing. They're starting to, BlackRock. So all of that stuff is unfolding. But the thing that a lot of people didn't realize, or maybe they did, they just didn't, understand how ugly it was going to be and how ugly it's going to get, that there's going to be a war on crypto. So all this money is going to flow into crypto. Right now, Bitcoin is performing, much better than, equities for the most part. So money can realize that, this might be a legitimate investment. And when that happens, you've got, back in 2013, 2015, all the altcoins were scams, all of them for the most part, except for Ethereum. There may be 1, 2, 3, or 4 of them that are still even around, and I think that's going to hold true. But as the market matures and as the crypto economy matures, a lot of these altcoins are maturing as well. Plus, you've got more government eyes looking at it, more regulatory bodies looking at it, and you have, like the XRP being in the lawsuit with the security. So there's a lot of hammers coming down on crypto, which is forcing, most of the altcoins to perform and to be legitimate companies that have legitimate services, that have legitimate revenue, and that sort of thing. And, BlackRock says that basically the stock market is going to be tokenized. So you've got the front runners now, which are the people that are already in crypto, the companies, the altcoins that are already in crypto, that are already tokenized. It's like Amazon during the dot-com bubble. A lot of those dot-com companies are gone. They all disappeared, but there was a hell of a lot of money that flowed into it. So with that being said, that's what I believe is going to happen. And if that does happen, then something like this is viable and something like this is potentially possible. So this would be basically just, a macro bearish count for for Bitcoin versus altcoins. Not saying Bitcoin's bearish at all. Bitcoin is not bearish. Bitcoin will be king, and it will be king until it's not. That's just the way it works, and that's the way it's going to work. Bitcoin is the goal. These altcoins are going to have a lot of money flowing into them, and if that does, this dominance will continue, to spiral down as more money flows into it. So I believe something like this is possible, and this is what I think we will end up seeing. Now, if we take a comparison of, this is the total 2 chart, which is basically every altcoin, including Ethereum, compared to up here, compared to Bitcoin. So as you can see, our first drop, this is when I got into crypto here. This was really the first major alt season. Bitcoin dominance got just bombarded. Down here, the market cap, total 2, it exploded. Then you got this area of, Bitcoin taking back over, altcoins bled out. And then you've got here the most recent, run we had, which is right here, where we had another alt season, a little mini alt season compared to obviously this one. And what I believe is going to happen here soon is we are going to have another alt season, which will be right here. So when that happens and all the money comes into alts, and you've got capital rotation from Bitcoin into alts, you've got new money coming in from retail, from institutions, people that are looking for legitimate investments to get into, in the altcoin space that have huge potential. You're talking, 100, 200, 300x. That's 10,000 to 15,000% gains that you can possibly get. So all that money is seeing that, and they have been seeing that during this run, and this run will be, in my opinion, massive. So I'm expecting, another alt season here to happen fairly quickly. So that is my, ultimate opinion on the altcoins and what we're going to see happen. And Bitcoin dominance is eventually going to die off and just, really no longer be a factor once we get done with this entire count. That's my opinion on it. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. See y'all later.